All right, we're at the downtown Hilton in Austin, and these two guys have agreed to talk to us on camera. The question is, tell me your name again?
Asod.
Asod? Am I close?
Yeah.
What do you think about Christians in general?
I think they're cool. I mean, I really don't have any problem with anyone in the world. I think all people were made equal. So.
Do they behave like they say they behave? Do they do the things they say they believe in?
I don't think you can generalize the whole group. I think each person is different. So
great answer.
really...
Great answer. And what is your name again?
Tari.
Tari?
Tari.
Okay, and Tari, same question. What do you think about Christians?
Almost exactly the same answer. Like,
do they do what they say they're going to do?
Yeah, they're all different in their own way. Like, it depends on the person. It doesn't matter what religion they are. It just depends on how they think of it.
Do you guys belong to any particular religion?
Muslims.
Muslims, both of you guys? All right, guys. Appreciate your time. This is our friend Nero. We're in downtown Austin, and just asked him the question, what do you think about people who say they are Christians or about Christianity in general? And we haven't asked any more than that, so I want to get Nero's first impression.
Well, the thing about Christians and Christianity is just like whatever you believe in your heart, and then also what are you living out? What you say you are, what you do are two separate things. What I say is I'm a Christian. I'm going to try to live as best a Christian life as I possibly can. That's my impression. So I'm not a judge. I can't judge anybody, but that, just like I sort of live and let live,
Yes, sir.
But I don't judge, just like because judgment's really done by God.
Awesome answer. In your experience, people, like say somebody who rides with you, for example, and you, they may profess to be Christians, or you may not ever know that about them. Are they living out what they say they believe, or is that just depends on the individual? Or
I guess it depends on the individual. So, and again, I don't cross that line. I just go to the point. They're just like, if they say they are, I'm just okay.
Is there anything you could tell us that we could do better as fellow Christians?
The one thing I would say is just live by an example, be an example. Because the one thing that I guess you have to watch out is being judgmental and just going ahead and saying, okay, look, you want, and especially trying to feed something that nobody wants, or they don't want to accept. So that's the kind of way I just like, you let them live their own lives.
Right on. Nero, thank you. This is our new friend Mark and Shannon. Okay. And Mark, my question for you is, what is your perception of Christians and Christianity in general?
Well, I figured we can't do anything without God, and some people, they pretend to be Christians, some people are genuine, It's just the way they hold themselves, they carry themselves to really, tell the story, So, my opinion on it is, I'm all for, anybody to believe in God, period, because I know by prior experience, you can't do anything without God. So.
That's right. Are you a Christian yourself, Mark?
I am to an extent,
Well, tell me.
I have my good days and my bad days, but I know that I can't do anything without God, regardless.
I love that answer, man. Well, let me ask you this: as people who profess to be Christians, let's say you just met the three of us, and we say we're believers in God. What can we as believers do better so that the world knows what we stand for and who we're about?
Spread the word.
Spread the word.
Spread the word.
Very good. Thank you, Mark. Shannon, this is your wife. Say, Shannon. Same question, Shannon. When I say the word Christian or Christianity, what's your first impression?
Well, when you say Christianity, I'm thinking God. That's my, Jesus. He died on the cross for us. I mean, like he said, we can't do anything without God. We wouldn't be breathing right now if it wasn't for God. Me and myself, I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I mean, like, I have my days where I'm all for God, and then I have my days where, Satan tries to creep up into my, my heart. But I try to fight him off. But I believe in God. To me, Christianity is like where you do what God asks you to do, whether you don't feel like it's right or not. If God puts it in your heart to do it, you need to do it.
I do.
I feel. So.
I do. Yeah, exactly. So, if you were just meeting us for the first time, like you are, and we said, we believe in Jesus, how can we do better at being who Jesus has asked us to be, based on your life experience?
Show, don't just spread the word, show the word. Show what you're about. I mean, show what God has told you to show.
Right on.
Do what God has told you to do. Don't just, I'm a Christian, I believe in God. Prove that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I do.
Follow the word. Follow his, whatever he says in his book. Go by that.
Very good.
Don't just run around, oh, I'm a Christian, I'm a Christian. I believe in God. Prove that you believe in God.
Have you experienced that a lot from people who profess to be Christians and stuff?
All the time.
All talk, no action?
Yes, very much. So,
And has that affected your view of people who profess to be Christians?
to me,
I know I can't judge anybody.
Very good.
there's only one, like he said, well, there's only one judge. And without him, who are we?
Right on.
He can't, nobody can judge us but him.
No, that's a fact. This is our new friend Lee, and we're in downtown Austin, and we're standing outside St. Peter's Episcopal Church. And Lee, what is your impression of Christianity or people who profess to be Christians?
Well, it's a good thing. Nobody can really live to be an appropriate example, but it's a good thing. Christianity is it's a very important thing. I think the Bible is a very unique document.
Right on. Do you believe in any particular religion or faith or anything, Lee?
I believe in Christ.
You believe in Christ?
I believe in the Lord, yeah.
When you meet people who profess to be Christians, what is your expectation of them? Do they behave what they say they believe, or is it like anybody else? It's just hit and miss depending on the person.
I think people are different. Some people, nobody's perfect. I don't claim to be a perfect. I'm not very evangelical. I'm not really a perfect Christian. I don't go out. I don't claim to be a minister. I don't say work. When I go and work, I put on some gloves and I go and I'll be like digging or something like that.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Well, last question, Lee. I appreciate your time. If you were meeting me for the first time like you just did, and you heard me say I'm a minister, but you saw me doing something that was un-Christ-like, would it change your impression of Christians in general? Would it affect your generalization of all Christians or just me?
I think, I think Christians are. Christianity is it's an important. It's a very important religion.
Yeah.
I think that the church, they talk about education and health and welfare.
Yeah.
Being taken care of by the state. It used to be taken care of by the church, and I think that the church is better at
Do they do it like they should, or you think they just react to what everybody else is doing?
Well, I think the church is. I think that there are different. I mean, when you look around, you can see there's different churches that are doing something. I think that mainstream religion is kind of infiltrated by a sort of media production type.
It's more about the presentation than what we're supposed to be doing as Christians. Is that fair?
I think there's following some agendas and stuff like that. There's different, people who have programs, different, there's big organized religion, has different programs of what they incorporate, of what they want. They want to people, like there'll be books that get popular and different things. And you can tell that it's a media campaign for a lot of people.
Okay, well, I get that. And you just said it's kind of a corporate environment. Is that what you said, sir? Okay.
That's exactly what it is,
Okay. Well, I appreciate. So we're visiting out here by the Capitol with the guy who's sitting here reading. And tell me your name again, sir.
My name is Nick.
Nick, we're asking people what their first impression or perception is of people who profess to be Christians or Christianity in general. When I say that word, what do you think?
I think of people who have deep faith and they believe in something above and beyond what we can see here on earth. I mean, I'm going to have to do that again.
Go ahead, man. I can edit it.
Let's see. There's something above and beyond what makes their decisions successful and not successful necessarily. it's not always in their hands. There is assistance from someone or something else, and
Good.
that's where their faith of Christianity comes in.
Good. When you interact with people who profess to believe in God or to live it out as Christians, do we live out what we say and what we preach?
I believe most do, but there's an exception to every rule, and there are bad apples in every tree. So most do, yes sir, but not everyone, and we've all seen negative examples of that.
Right on. And when you see somebody who professes to be who they say they are and they act in a different way, do you think that people who are on the outside looking in tend to judge all of us by their actions? For example, if these bad apples you were talking about were doing things they were doing and profess to be Christians, does that reflect on all of us?
No sir. People I think understand that, okay, this person's not like they're saying. They're not who they are. That's a trait that they have as a character, not as a Christian.
Last question. What could we do better as Christians so that we can not only spread the good news of Jesus, but be who we say we are? What can we do better?
That's a good one. I would just say continue to spread the message through positive outlets. Clearly identify positive and negative role models, and